Who gave you the first talk and how accurate was it?
The talk.
So the talk I got was from my
dad,
my uncle, my best friend.
My mom.
Ilionea kwa TV.
On YouTube.
My dad.
My friend.
My friend told me about it.
She just told me that is so good.
I got it from school. Ilikuwa my mom.
My mom.
Mama yangu.
My brother.
My sister.
Dream Foundation.
Milioni imenisaidia sana.
Nilifundishwa shule.
As a boy child,
I never got the talk about this.
we never really get the talk.
Me, I was never given the talk.
Nili gather to information.
And it was not so accurate as a guess.
The first person who gave me the talk, it was actually a teacher.
My dad.
She gave me the talk on like a deeper level.
And it was good.
I remember the first time I had my period at home, people were just telling me, now you know if you play with boys, you're going to get pregnant. And that was just it.
I felt so confident, more than my mom. My mom used to fear.
Of course, she had to limit it to a point where just like a 12-year-old child could understand.
She used to fear telling me about but my dad is open.
Well, for me, it was actually my uncle.
Mimi nilijua story kuhusu na mama yangu.
Alianza tu hivyo about his sexual experiences.
Nimezaliwa kuwa last born. So mama alikuwa anakuambia sex ni vagina yako na penis ya mwanaume zinapatana.
Venye ameona vumbi, mademu wake and all that.
I never got the talk about this or something, yeah.
I learned about sexual reproductive from movies.
Maybe like how friends end up talking about how is.
I'm not very open with my mom when it comes to such topics because she's a cop.
They tell you unafaa sijui kuvunja mgongo.
You know, cops, they are very strict.
You become the archbishop, stuff like that. Yeah.
They wouldn't want their daughters wanting to explore.
Yeah, that's where I got that talk.
The one who gave me the talk was my
mom.
good friend. He's like a big brother to me.
She was like, endelea tu kucheza utapata mimba. So
I didn't like the talk because I did not understand.
we had to get like the talk. Niambie what's the mimba like and
What I was getting myself into.
Dream Foundation. They came to our school and they started talking about it.
Let me see, it was accurate.
Maybe I'm scared because of my parents. They're like old generation. They fear talking about the words. So yeah.
It was accurate, but it made me so curious to go and research more.
The talk I got was from my best friend. He was in an older class than me.
Huko kwetu tunaambiwa kila kitu.
He just started talking about and how it's done.
Ulizaambiwa ukienda kwa Marcus atakupea mimba.
It was basically just remove your penis and insert it in
Segment X.
Yeah. Exactly.
My parents.
My friend told me about it.
It was mind-blowing because one, manze, it's your parent.
She explained it so well.
Manze, uni mzee wako anakupea hii talk, manze uko zile za yeah.
The first talk I received was in primary school.
For me, I never really got a talk from my folks.
I was in a certain public school and there was a teacher that gave me my first talk.
I got it from school.
And I'd say it was pretty accurate.
Haikuwa like straightforward.
For me, it was my friend.
The other things I just found out by myself.
And it was not so accurate as a guess.
Me, my sister alikuwa ananiambia, don't just go messing around with anyone.
For me, I was never given the talk.
Juu like kuna ugonjwa huku nje.
Yaani nilikuja kujijulia mimi mwenyewe.
That's the way niliingia laini.
Kwetu ni kila mtu akae kivyake.
My mom was the first one to give me this talk.
My first talk was a girl.
I really loved the way she went about it.
I'll not mention the name, but it was great. It was good. We had fun.
She didn't really hide anything from me,
For sure.
Niko sure.
100%.
but also she made sure that I was at the perfect age to understand everything.
Yangu, mwalimu wetu alikuwa akitufunza science.
She explained to me about pregnancy and also like how to maintain the female hygiene and how to relate with the opposite gender.
Wenye alikuja akatuambia sasa watu walianza kutengeneza tubush.
I was really happy about that.
Tutakwenda kufanya hivyo watu wakienda PE.
And she also told me not to be afraid to ask her anything.
Ukidhani amecheza police and thief.
And I really love that about her.
Ukishika msema mwisho kwa bush. Tosha.
Mimi nimejulia mostly kwa marafiki.
On YouTube,
Kuna kale ka age group lazima muongelele.
I went and researched.
Ni sana nimejulia hapo.
My himself because of a woman, and I thought that maybe sexual reproductive health will be something that is important for most of the youth to learn. So I went on YouTube and I found this channel.
Never had my parents to talk about this kind of situation.
I have never had it with my parents or anything.
My best friend who's also like a big brother to me, was the first person that introduced me to that.
No, I think when you nilisoma shule class 6, that was it.
They were very accurate because he taught me everything I know.
And then when the visitors came, that was, my mom was just like, so this is what you'll be doing, nini.
Apparently, no one gave me the talk.
Mimi nililearn from shule, zile talks tulikuwa tunapata.
Ati sasa unajua ushakuwa msichana mkubwa.
Mostly our class teacher angetuita kama wasichana candle, then she talks to us.
No one actually really gave me the talk like that.
Then unapata pia huku hivi college tumekuja kuongeleshwa about
niligather to information, nikascavenge.
Na pia mwenye alikuwa anatongelesha, she was talking to us in details.
Who brought me up? I mean,
alikuwa anatuambia kila kitu.
See what other people are doing.
Alikuwa anaambia tu mtu ukweli.
But yeah, no one gave me the talk really. Nilikuwa self-taught.
Juu najua sasa mimi nikienda, nilikuwa nishaanza already.
Find like me in the streets. Yeah.
Nilizana 13.
Nitasema nilifundishwa shule.
Tulienda kama already kama ushafanywa maneno na sex.
I think yeah, the first session usually comes at school.
Hata ukienda ulikuwa unajua ni mbaya, but tuko na ficho.
Those women teachers wanatuambia maboy waenda hapa, madem waenda hapa.
Kuna nyoku wa meza. Sasa unajua ulikuwa sema kama age 13 to 15 wakam.
So those talks are usually very biased.
Sasa wenye tumeza already tusha experience au wengine wanaambia kama example kama Winnie. Sinaona alienda kwa Marcus akapata wako na ficho, alikuwa anambia tu mtu ukweli.
Very misogynistic.
Ukienda unaweza pata ugonjwa.
We are not told anything. Basically tunaambiwa do not breathe in the direction of a man.
Personally, I think nikikuwa primary, we had these guys who used to come.
Do not breathe in the direction of a boy.
Mostly from brands like Always.
You will get pregnant.
Mostly how ndo walikuwa introduced to the talk.
So you're not told that you are supposed to call your private parts by their names, first of all.
As a boy child, we never really get the talk.
Hizo details, the nitty-gritties, hatuambiangu.
Most of the knowledge najua kuhusu reproduction and everything, I learned it from myself, from my friends, internet, you know.
Me, I was curious. Do wakwa ifafanulia vizuri zaidi.
First talk ilikuwa my mom.
I think for me and most of my peers, it gave us the fear of God.
Ilikuwa accurate, hakuwa na feature.
The first talk I heard about so it came from my friend.
Zore mokora feature ange anasemanga kila kitu vile iko.
She just told me that is so good.
So mimi nimegrow nikijua.
And I was just there. I didn't have a boyfriend. I hadn't engaged in.
My first talk was my sister.
And I wanted to try this thing that is so good that my friend is appreciating.
So she told me everything that I wanna know.
So I got myself a boyfriend and, you know.
The conversation was like, you know, next one, saizi unaweza peana mimba.
The first time I had a topic about it was during internship.
You are no longer a child, so ukicheza huku nje utaitwa baba.
Me growing up, that was a topic yenye I think mama angewahi ongelelea.
My teacher class 6 when we are doing, we start planning.
For me, I think I'll say it's my brother.
Mimi kama mwanaume manze ni tricky.
Yeye ndiye alikuwa anani encourage, ananiambia hii kitu inaitwa hivi.
But mimi sema tu social media ndio imenisaidia sana.
I don't think I had the talk at any one point.
Sasa for your curiosity ya kujua more.
I'm the first boy in our family.
But hapo kwa kutoka hiyo kana msee kujuana naye vako.
I'm very strong-headed, so it's just like I kinda nilijua tu by myself. I just figure it out.
The first time nilikuwa primary.
Social media was a big influence.
Ni zile tu talks za kawaida.
Movies were a big influence too.
Ile mnaitwa two students mkuja kupatiwa pep talk about
and like experiences from my older friends.
Haikuwa ina get combined really.
There was no specific talk.
It was just kwenda kusikiza.
I was 12 years, class 6.
But I wouldn't say I got a proper talk. Nilijikuta tu.
By that time tukifunzwa hiyo kitu na mwalimu, it was like shocking.
The talk nilihave tu na maboys.
Like nyama ya kwanza kusikia juu home unapata by that time wazazi vituka hizo kwa naongelelea.
Unajua unasikianga story before uende hapo. Sasa hizo story ndio zinanifikia kwanza, alafu shughuli na maboys sasa. Na ilikuwa ilisaidia.
So shule ile anxiety ya friends wanakuambia ukifika class 6 kuna vitu utafunzwa.
Pia mimi yangu ni kusikia na mabeshte.
So like people unataka kujua.
Unapata mse amekamna story tu hizo vitu.
It was back in primary.
Na inakubamba pia na pia unataka kufanya.
We had this school teacher of ours who used to talk about this thing.
Kuna mse anasema sex ni poa.
We used to find him cool because he was free and open to talk about sex stuff to us.
Inafanya pengine anajaja vitu kama sasa hizo pia unatamani kufanya.
If you could make one SRH service free, what would it be?
For me, cancer screening.
Or family planning.
Contraceptive, cervical cancer,
family planning,
vasectomy,
screening,
condoms,
cervical cancer treatment,
protection,
the HIV,
the family planning.
None.
All of them. I'd probably create the best
distribution of condoms.
Actually, legit condoms.
Condoms should be free.
It's free.
Sometimes you have to pay for it.
Zingine zinararuka.
Cervical cancer.
The treatment of STDs.
Screening cancer. HIV testing.
Distribution of condoms.
Screening. Cervical cancer screening.
Sanitary towels.
Contraceptives.
Screening za cancer kwanza.
STD screening.
Family planning hizo.
Mimi ningekuwa na uwezo, ningesema cervical cancer sana sana.
For me, cancer screening.
Juu nishaipimwa nikapatikana niko nayo.
When you're with a doctor, you are able to open up.
Ilinisumbua.
But when you're in a medical camp and in a public place, you don't feel confident.
Ilipotea after treatment.
Iko ni kitu
ishaanza sana.
But in those cancer screenings, it's you and the doctor.
But niko sawa.
Confirming it, doing the tests.
When was it?
Ilikuwa 2020.
I don't know if there is a test for infection.
But nilisaidiwa.
I believe that most of us girls were vulnerable to getting infection at very high cost. So
iko mara ya kwanza, ilikuwa mara ya pili.
That will be the service I'll be offering for free.
So mara ya kwanza haikuonekana. Alafu mara ya pili wakaipata.
Ilikuwa suspicious, walikuwa nasema ilikuwa suspicious.
Maybe education too.
Screening probably.
Mimi na watoto wangu tutakuwa very open.
For me I'll say using protection.
Kani dem ananiambia ama ka dem akona boy fulani ananiambia wanakuja, we talk like unaona.
Also screening, like know your status.
To the point that hata mtu anaweza assume we are siblings.
Know your like hygiene and stuff, if you're infected, the STIs.
The family planning.
Venye unaweza bonga na mabeshti wako.
People out here are doing unprotected.
As for me, I would like to have contraceptives as free.
And something can lead to you getting pregnant.
The government, the way they sponsor the boy child, kuleta sure.
So I'd prefer like these services to be free.
Which I've learned even iko na shida.
And accessible to everybody.
Pills where the ladies wanakunywa.
The HIV.
So that to avoid vitu zingine kama termination.
I think that's the one that really dominating nowadays.
Serikali ilikuwa sure si sure.
No.
I would love to make it a service for all when it comes to HIV.
Distribution of condoms should be, we do it for free everywhere. Like,
it's free.
Yeah?
It's free.
Yeah, but like sometimes you have to pay for it.
I would make the treatment of STDs free.
Basically, if I want to have my girlfriend, I can just walk to the nearest chemist to be like, yo, I need a condom. I get free. Yeah, it's like M-Pesa.
Unaona ka polio venye iko, polio ni free. I think pia inafaa kuwa pia free.
If only.
Yeah, that would work. I think that would stop a lot of.
I'd say protection.
Condoms for me.
Protection is very essential in SRH.
Unahitaji hiyo kitu.
And so if it would be free, it would be a lot of help to many people.
I would say contraceptive,
cervical cancer treatment or screening.
Area yenye nimetoka, young girls hawana decision ya kujiwekea wao wenyewe kwa reproductive system yao.
I don't know if it's free, but that's what I would prioritize.
Napata wengine hawana information about contraceptive.
For me ni msee aende afanywe testing.
Na wakienda kwa facility ku-access hawako denied.
Na kuongea kitumia protection.
As a medical student, tumefunzwa vile women wanna go through a lot.
Si kila siku kunini voro hadi ujikawe mwenye unania kona ugonjwa.
Na tunafeel ni kama men some hawajali.
Plus kuna wenye wanabanga kit ndio akikuwa na partner wake wanajipima kwanza.
But wenye wanajali wanafaa educate wenye hawajui.
Well, I will definitely take, like for example, the condoms to the universities.
Or family planning.
Back when I was in university, there we could find some condoms.
I think that condoms should be free.
That will be a brilliant idea.
It's not fair for condoms to be free and like contraception for women is not accessible the way condoms are.
And also PrEP should also be free.
I'd probably create the best condoms or something.
When I joined uni, I remember there were condoms everywhere.
Especially the ribbed ones, manze, they do the trick all the time, manze, so.
But there was never like any contraception for women specifically.
Nizieke scent kiasi, probably a mint flavor. I don't know if it will be something compatible with the masses, but yeah, it's still something to try, you know.
and I think that should be available as well.
For me, naweza nikasema hiyo cervical, hiyo ya cancer.
I think the one of testing.
Juu unapata most age group hii ya madem, most of them wanajua hiyo mapema.
For a lot of people, they find it difficult for them to go and test. So it would be better if they are free.
Sasa mimi naona at least mkieka hiyo inaweza kuwa better.
I think the cervical cancer screening,
vasectomy,
and the HIV testing.
Hiyo story na cervical screening cancer.
Why does the woman have to suffer everything?
Inafaa kuwa inekwa bure.
Wewe ulichangia hii process for 5 seconds.
Kwa mtaa yangu watu wana engage kwa at an age.
Oh babe, that's it.
So unapata mtu ya 12 ama 13 years alishaanza ku have
now I have to suffer and endure sijui UTI, STI, angao.
So hata hizi story na vaccine za HPV zinafaa kuwa zinaletwa pia for free.
Snip the snip. Kata hiyo kitu, tufunge, tumalize story.
Most of the girls huku nje wana engage into bila hata kujua their health.
I don't think I can talk about SRHR without intersectionalizing everything personally.
Dem ameenda kwa chali, we have and all that.
If I say contraceptives should be free, I will feel like abortion issues are left out.
But hajui kilo chali yako nayo.
Care of mothers is left out.
Ningekuwa na uwezo ningeweka cervical cancer ikuwe free.
I cannot speak on one thing.
Personally, I'll go with the distribution of condoms.
Family planning.
Because inasaidia tu sana.
Yes, kuna zile ziko free, kuna watu waweza afford to do.
Well, me I think sanitary towels.
Ya kufanya family planning.
I think most people can't afford it.
For me, I think all of them. Because there are people who would say for the PrEP works for them, for the family planning works for them.
The cervical cancer, testing, screening.
If they're all free, then you can access them according to venye we una feel inakusaidia.
For me, it's the way that it can affect even small girls.
As much as the government is giving out the condoms, everything, I feel like civic education inafaa kuanzia at a younger age.
Cervical cancer screening.
Because right now, a lot of girls like from primary are very sexually active and they know a lot of things.
And also those tests za HIV.
Inafanya ina lead to the rise of teenage pregnancies, and at young age unapata mtoto akona mtoto and maybe she's also sick.
I feel like ningezi make zikuwe free because kila mtu wana need the services.
So I feel like civic education should be a very bigger part of all these things.
Screening na providing of these contraceptives.
Screening the cancer kwanza.
Most of the people are suffering from these STDs kama hawajui.
Mimi ningesema pills,
na wengine ni ile kwa sio mama kuignore.
Kama mimi dem, pengine tutaka hivi base na wasichana pige story.
So ukileta hizi screening na unakuwa friendly kwa hao watu, unapata mtu hata ataficha status zake.
Huo msi akitaka kufanya na hauna nini ingine unaweza jikinga nayo.
Personally, I think STD screening,
sio family ni poa,
and also like education in terms of like how to use condoms.
Ipoa kwetu kasi wasichana.
I think it's good for people to know their general health.
Iendelee tu kwa tu venye na kwa tu free.
STD screening is good. Females knowing their general health.
Even gents need to know these kinds of magonjwa zinatoka wapi. They need to know. Kila mtu anafaa ajue if your sexual health is okay, you're okay.